welcome back to All Indiana. Those of us who are history-minded have a unique opportunity to step into the past of the Circle City. Below City Market, there are extensive passageways punctuated by brick arches and pockets of darkness known as the Catacombs.
Yep, those catacombs are all that remain of historic Tomlinson Hall, a late 19th century landmark in the heart of our city. I recently had the chance to check it out for myself.
It was once the hub of Indianapolis. In 1886, Tomlinson Hall opened adjacent to the Indianapolis City Market on the northeast corner of Market and Delaware Streets. The only sign Tomlinson Hall ever existed now, though, is this lone arch still standing in the plaza. Casey Zronick is with Indiana Landmarks and offered us a history lesson.
A reproduction postcard that features Indianapolis City Market and Tomlinson Hall. So I really like this because you can see a lot of what the streetscape would have been like. You can also tell the scale of Tomlinson as compared to City Market. I personally think the City Market building is pretty large, so it's hard to imagine just how much of the block this would have taken up.
Throughout the first half of the 20th century, Tomlinson Hall hosted everything from a music festival featuring John Philip Sousa to a political rally addressed by Olympian Jesse Owens. In 1958, though, Tomlinson Hall burned and was later torn down. What remains now are the bowels of the structure, the so-called catacombs.
We are in the catacombs now, and they are the foundation of Tomlinson Hall, that large building that we looked at. So they are all that remains below ground. And yeah, you can see all the pillars that kept the building up, the limestone that was added to it. I really like looking at the limestone because you can see that this space was not meant for public view. Because if you see limestone on the outside of a building, it's been smoothed, and this was left rough cut.
Through a partnership with the Indianapolis City Market, Indiana Landmarks offers guided tours of the darkened passageways forming the catacombs. It is part history lesson, part creepy crawler adventure, prompting me to ask,
are the catacombs haunted?
It's a great question. I will let viewers decide for themselves. There are a few paranormal groups that have been down and have done recordings, and I encourage folks to go to YouTube and take a look at those and decide what they think.
For the record, the 20,000 square feet of underground passageways making up the catacombs have never contained crypts or skeletons.
How much fun is it for the public to come down here and take this tour?
I like to think it's a lot of fun. It's a great opportunity to see a little bit of Indy beneath the streets, so you get to see a little bit of underground. You also get to step back into time a little bit, so this is what remains of an 1886 structure, and it's a great opportunity to take a look at what building looked like at that time.
Raising the question, how did such a well-built structure burn?
A lot of people ask, what caused the fire, and there's not been a great answer put forth, and so the newspapers provided what I think is a great one, which is that a pigeon dropped a lit cigarette butt on top of it, and it burned.
I'm standing here in the plaza, so beneath me are the catacombs. But the view behind me of City Market actually didn't even exist until the 1970s, when Tomlinson Hall, which stood here, was long gone, and the City Market had undergone renovations.
Those renovations resulted in what we know now as the Plaza, with an unobstructed view of City Market. A smaller hub than the jumbo Tomlinson Hall was, but a hub nonetheless, filled with thriving Indiana-owned eateries and retailers. The pub in the hub may be the perfect place to launch your tour of the catacombs below.
We'll be doing one Catacombs after-hour tour session a month. So those are 45-minute tours instead of half an hour, and we encourage folks to stop by Tomlinson Tap and grab a beer and bring it down with them.
Ooh. Yeah, the beer's nice. Yeah. The next after-hours tours of the catacombs take place on May 12th. The after-hours tours are adults only and do indeed begin appropriately at Tomlinson Tap.
There are also kid-friendly tours on a regular basis. The Indiana Landmarks website has information about all of the tours offered, and we've got that information posted on our website.
I'll tell you what, George, if it's haunted like she was hinting at, I don't know that I'll be stopping through.
Okay, well, I'm going to go on the record.
Talk to him.
This reporter believes the catacombs are indeed haunted.
Okay, glasses off. I believe you. I'm not pulling up. I'll let you go first, or we'll just go together, and I'll just walk behind you and hide.
We'll get a beer first.
Yeah, that'll smooth it over for us.